everyone, my name is Giselle, and today's topic presentation is on the rule of law, why this may just be the nation's most valuable asset. So, what is the rule of law? Well, a definition would say, the restriction of the arbitrary exercise of power by subordinating it to well-defined and established laws. So, basically what this means is that we are all meant to be equal under the law. There is a transparency, an independent judiciary, and accessible legal remedies. So everyone should be able to know their rights, and it is something that cannot be hidden from us. It implies that no one is above the law, regardless of any governing positions, and the law governs a nation. So the rule of law origins. Commonly, this term has only been used since around the 1900s. However, it began with famous philosophers like Plato, Socrates, and Aristotle. Aristotle raised the question of whether it is better to be ruled by the best leader or the best laws. These great philosophers concluded that the rule of law provides modern societies with stability and a clear system for resolving conflicts between citizens within a community of any size. So I found a quote by Aristotle that relates perfectly to this, and it says, "It is more proper that law should govern than any one of the citizens." So basically, laws should be in place rather than dictatorship. The importance of the rule of law. This is meant to protect people from common laws, stop abuse of power, and help gain justice people deserve. In court, a judge is required to clearly follow rules and laws in order to correctly process sentencing, so the right to a judge that is non-biased. The rule of law helps resolve corruption, disputes, or misconduct. There is also a protection of contracts and property rights implemented. So, benefits on countries. When countries enforce the rule of law, it has been proven that there is less crime than countries who do not use this. There are lower homicide rates, lower death child rates, and lower government or law official corruption. These types of countries ultimately have had better economies. Many of their populations may not be living in poverty like some others, and have a foundation of education and better life expectancy. So this image here comes from the website worldjusticeproject.com, and it basically shows a world map of all the countries that use the rule of law. And so as you can see down here, it gives the percentages of change in overall rule of law. So we can see that these right here, countries have been changing recently, but those with gray areas are the ones that have absolutely no change, and those are basically the ones that have no rule of law. So let's transition into how this relates to Pakistan. In Pakistan, the rule of law would help many people and protect them essentially. The laws should be written by officials who are highly educated in the legal matter. However, the rule of law is not followed in Pakistan, sadly. Many people in Pakistan are unaware of their rights and can be wrongfully sentenced. There's also lots of poverty in many places of Pakistan, which means that there's probably no education, and many might even be illiterate. So they're not able to read the Constitution or even have access to it. So I just want to share a quick little clip from this video that kind of gives some more perspective on this.
Tahir al-Qadri, you're not only known as an Islamic scholar, but also Prime Minister of Pakistan.
Yes, I think as far as the Constitution is concerned, the Constitution of Pakistan says this is a democratic Republic of Pakistan, democratic state. But practically, this is a political dictatorship. There is no rule of law here. There is no implementation of Constitution. There is no implementation of human rights. There is no protection of the people, their lives, their nothing. This is being ruled a dictatorship of an elite based on corruption and based on the whole force for business.
I don't think anyone would disagree with you that there are major corruption.
So this short little clip you can find on YouTube if you just search up this title up here. It's very informative and gives a wider perspective on no rule of law in Pakistan and the effects that it has. So, some other effects. Since Pakistan does not apply to their country, their laws only come from the state and may not be used very well in the cities. It's very weak. Since there are no laws, many rural areas rely on tribal laws or religious laws. Many women and other religious minorities have no protection. The perception gap grows for questions related to inheritance and household dynamics for women. In a survey from WorldJusticeProject.com, less than 14% turn to authorities to help with a problem or meditate. Bribery is also very common in Pakistan, and more than half of Pakistanis have paid a bribe to receive assistance from the police or a bribe to process a government permit. So I just think that Pakistan was originally established in the name of justice, equality, faith, and the rule of law, but as we can see, it was not used. It is important that the citizens are protected, and so I think as time goes on, they have a long ways to go, but Pakistani people should not give up, and it's ultimately their children's future. So here are my references, but I hope you all learned something new today, and thank you all for listening.